Before we get to our super chats, there's two more topics that we have to talk about. One from NXT is Roxanne Perez is out there. Who's she going to defend the NXT Women's Championship against?
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out because really over the last several weeks of the show, the main focus from the women's aspect, I will be honest with you, is the Lola Vice story going on with Shayna Baszler. Now we're going to get that MMA or the Underground, NXT Underground,
baby.
And then the other story has been the NXT Women's North American Championship and who's going to win that. So Roxanne's kind of she's been there, but we don't know where she's going for Battleground.
Yeah.
And then we find out her opponent is going to be the TNA Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace. Now, we saw Jordynne Grace at the Royal Rumble. Jordynne Grace has passed through Reality of Wrestling on several occasions as well.
That's right.
A TNA diehard, and really they built that TNA Knockouts division around people like her. She made her surprise entry into the NXT world for this champion versus champion match. Well, again, walk me through your thought process on Jordynne Grace. When did you know? How did you know? And what was your reaction?
Unexpected entry.
Unexpected entry.
I'm serious, man. She came out, and I didn't know she was going to be there at all. It was a surprise, a shock to me, just like it was for Roxanne Perez. And for me, that was a moment. That was a moment. I was talking about Jordynne Grace at the Royal Rumble and how good of a job she did, where she fit right in. She really looked like she belonged. And for her to, make this step to show up in Vegas, Battleground, taking on the champ, the Prodigy, this is going to be good. This is going to be really, really good. It's going to get a chance to let Roxanne Perez show how good she really is, as champion, as playing this new harder role, and she's gonna have a hell of an opponent to actually do it with, because this business is always gotta have a good dance partner. There's not a better dance partner you can have than Jordynne Grace. She knows this business. Like you say, she have been here through Reality of Wrestling, and trust me, if you come through Reality of Wrestling and you don't do it right, you don't come back ever again. Trust me. I don't care if you refereeing, I don't care if you pulling cable, whatever it is, you mess it up, you ain't coming back.
That's true.
But now Jordynne Grace is definitely I can't wait to see it. Highly anticipating Jordynne Grace versus the Prodigy, Roxanne Perez, my girl. Yeah.
Well, I think that what's cool about Jordynne Grace in doing that is because TNA at one point, they were really making a gun to try to be the WWE level, right? They were even running their shows on Monday night, trying to recreate the Monday Night War. This was, several decade now ago, a decade or more.
Easy.
TNA, though, since the rebranding, they've gotten a lot of steam behind them lately. They're putting together a really good show. And I've gone out of my way to watch the TNA shows lately, and they are good. They're way different than they were, let's say, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. It's a tight show, and they got good production. It's not to the scale of a WWE or even an AEW for that matter, but it is a good television wrestling product. And the fact that they aren't in that, let's say, stratosphere anymore where WWE or AEW might be as far as a big name company running big shows and big venues and things of that nature, they've kind of put themselves in a position to where they can work with other promotions. We did a joint show with TNA at one point, but now working with the WWE, I think it makes sense. I think it's fun because it's not like they're a threat to the company, right? And if anything, it's almost like when ECW back in the day had a crossover with the WWE.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, let's use some of your talent when we have a good spot for it. We can create something interesting. We can both mutually benefit from it. And the business is better because of it. I think it's a great thing.
Well, it's not 2008.
It's not 2008.
It's not 2008. TNA, I think if it was 2008, it'd be a totally different ball game.
I agree.
But now I think in any, no matter how you look at it, I think WWE can help TNA so much more than they can hurt it right now. As far as it could be looked at as a really big league form system. As far as emerging talent to actually be able to come over and finally work that big show. Maybe they may just show up for WrestleMania. It might just be a one-off. You never know. But I just think it's so many ways you can work with TNA. I think it's so much more of an upside for TNA to want to work with WWE as well, just because, as well as those guys, no matter what they talk about, on the internet, I'm sure Jordynne Grace had a moment of a lifetime when she did the Rumble.
Hell yeah.
Opposed to everything that she's done, in TNA, not knocking anything that she's done in TNA, but that right there is like, playing, college football and then going, playing in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Getting a spot in the Super Bowl. You get a chance to throw one pass in the Super Bowl.
You did it.
You feel what I'm saying?
You did it.
So I think all of those young guys would definitely benefit from having that experience. No matter what people say on the internet as far as, man, I don't ever want to go to WWE, man. I don't care about WrestleMania. You don't care about it until you get to it. It's almost like when I was a kid, and I grew up to be a grown man, and I would tell people, you really never miss what you never had, but that's not true.
Yeah, you do miss it.
Damn sure you do. You damn sure miss it. Seriously, you do. But I psych myself up to make myself not feel a certain way by saying that.
Yeah, you know what it almost reminds me of? It's like, do you remember being out, say you're out back in the days, right? At the, what is it called? The Rhinestone Wrangler. The Rhinestone Wrangler. You know what I mean? You see a nice, lovely lady, shapely woman.
Biscotti.
Hottie Biscotti.
Uh-huh.
You approach her.
Yeah.
And you try to put the game on.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then she rejects you.
Yeah.
And then you say, you weren't fine anyways.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you know that she's still smoking hot.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just talking crap because you didn't get a piece of it.
Nah, it's like that.
It is like that.
It really is.
It's 100% the same thing.
So I feel that way. But
if you're in this industry and you see the pageantry of WrestleMania and you're a performer and you don't say, I want to be on that stage, you are lying to yourself.
Well, at least once.
At least once.
And that's why I say, I hear people say that, and I understand where they're coming from. Don't get me wrong, I get it.
But that's the you ain't fine anyways.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, seriously, yeah.
It's insane.